My beloved child, don't scroll. This message was timed for you. You're not just watching a video, you're witnessing a divine interception in real time. You've been searching for answers, for confirmation, for something beyond the noise of the world. This is that moment. Heaven isn't whispering anymore. It's speaking clearly, directly, unmistakably to you. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't a lucky scroll. This is divine alignment. And right now, you are at the edge of something sacred, a spiritual inheritance that has been locked away, not by chance, but by forces that feared what would happen when you discovered the truth. Archangel Michael says, you have exactly 3 minutes to realize what has been kept from you. Don't blink, don't doubt, just listen. Something life-changing is about to unfold. It's not wealth alone. It's not fame. It's deeper. Your true name is being called in heaven's courts. And your destiny, your divine inheritance, is waiting to be restored. Have you ever felt like something important was always just out of reach? Like there's a weight you can't name pressing on your soul? That's because it was stolen, hidden, forgotten, but not by heaven. The Lord says, your name was erased from the scroll by hands that thought they had the power to rewrite divine will. But I saw, I remembered, and I restore. Heaven has already begun. There's a letter, a divine letter with your name written on it. It's moving now. From office to office, hand to hand, through spiritual corridors you can't see, but can feel. You've felt the flutter in your chest, that strange pull in the quiet, the tugging on your spirit that doesn't let you go. It's not anxiety. It's not confusion. It's the wind of your inheritance catching your name again. Comment, I receive what's mine to anchor your soul in this promise. Michael continues. Someone is watching you, not with love, not with light, but with shadows of jealousy and deception. That person tried to confuse your path, to distract you long enough for the mail to never reach your heart. But heaven always finishes what it starts. There is another person, someone unexpected. They were awakened last night, trembling with your name on their lips, haunted by dreams of you. They don't understand why, but they felt it. They must find you. They must send it. A letter, an envelope, a message you were never supposed to see. But now it's coming. This message isn't just prophetic, it's protective. Heaven is setting up a spiritual shield around you as the truth begins to unfold. Have you felt spiritually blocked? Like your life has been stuck in pause? Type, clear my path, to initiate angelic movement. God says, they tried to bury your name, but I planted it. And now, the rain of divine favor is falling. Yes, you are the seed they thought would never rise again. The one they hoped would stay hidden beneath the surface forever. But the seed has sprouted. You are rising. Comment, I rise in truth to claim your divine growth. This moment is sacred. The wind has shifted. And now heaven is speaking through even the smallest signs. Check your inbox. Look again at that envelope, that forgotten message. Something you dismissed is not ordinary. It's divine. Your spiritual DNA carries the favor of a bloodline chosen for greatness. And now, that inheritance is no longer just spiritual. It's legal, prophetic, and deeply personal. Someone reached into your past, tempered with what was rightfully yours. They had conversations in secret, made deals in the shadows. And all the while, God was watching. He saw the lies, the betrayal, the manipulation. But he didn't stop it because he was preparing a public restoration. This message is not just for your ears. It's for your spirit. If you feel a stirring, if your heart is racing, if your hands are trembling, it's because heaven is moving around you right now. Comment, I feel it to affirm your divine awareness. This isn't a game. This isn't marketing. This is a divine emergency. The angels are moving. Your name is being carried to the right ears. the right judges, the right hearts, the one who has your inheritance. You won't believe it. It's someone you least expected. They will reach out. They will speak your name. And when they do, everything shifts. This letter is not just made of ink and paper. It's made of truth, fire, divine justice, and it's almost in your hands. Are you ready? Type, "I'm ready to receive," if your spirit confirms this truth. But be warned, the enemy is alert. When heaven begins to move, so do the opposers. They'll show up, not in horns, not in obvious malice, but in confusion, distraction, fake concern. They'll say things like, "Why are you believing this?" Or, "This can't be real." But I say to you, trust your spirit, not the noise. This message was recorded in the scrolls of heaven before you were born. It's reaching you right on time, not a second too early or late. Comment, "right on time," to seal this divine alignment, because you are not late, you are not forgotten. And this message didn't find you by accident. Archangel Michael says, stay until the final word. The breakthrough you've prayed for is hidden inside this revelation. Have you ever felt like life was whispering a truth just beyond your grasp? If this message spoke to your soul, leave a comment below and say, "I receive what's mine." Subscribe now and turn on notifications. Not to follow a channel, but to follow the divine rhythm of your own transformation. One whisper from heaven can change everything. Listen closely, because in the next few moments, something divine will touch your life. You've already sensed it, a whisper in your spirit, a restlessness in your heart. That's not random. It's the angelic signal that your inheritance is approaching. Archangel Michael says, there is a battle being fought over your name, not in courtrooms of earth, but in the courts of heaven. And in that courtroom you just won. But before the full miracle is revealed, you must be prepared. Because what's being released isn't just a document. It's your divine right, long delayed, now released. The vault of your destiny has been unlocked. The papers are signed. And the angels? They are moving fast. They've carried your name to the right person, and now your scroll is coming. Type, "Bring it to me," if your soul is ready to receive the sealed envelope of truth. Wait, someone erased your name once. Someone who thought they had the power to cancel what God ordained. They couldn't, because heaven remembers what earth tries to forget. Every sacrifice you made in silence. Every time you gave while empty. Every moment you were left out, ignored, misunderstood. Those were the very moments that qualified you for this divine inheritance. Now, heaven declares, this one has suffered enough. Let the breakthrough begin. Comment, "It's my time to unlock the divine shift." Listen carefully, because in the spiritual realm, there's movement happening. Someone, a distant relative, a long-lost connection, maybe even someone you thought forgot you, has been stirred. They saw your face in a dream. They heard your name whispered in the wind. And suddenly they knew they had something that belonged to you. And now, for reasons they can't explain, they're sending it. This is not symbolic. It is prophetic and real. It could be a phone call, an unexpected email, a physical letter, a digital message, a conversation that seems small until the words hit your spirit like a lightning bolt. Pattern interrupt. You'll know it's divine because it will make your heart stop and your soul wake up. Yes, child, you've entered divine delivery mode. There will be distractions. There will be resistance. But don't look away. Don't let fear trick you into silence again. Heaven says, stay present. Stay open. Your miracle is passing by. Right now, the one who held your scroll is trembling. They feel your name like a fire in their chest. They're scared, unsure why this message won't leave their mind. But the truth is, heaven is using them. They're about to send what was almost lost. A sealed envelope, a record. A confirmation of everything you prayed in a dark dot type. Confirm my inheritance to receive divine clarity. Do you feel chills? A shift? Goosebumps that make no logical sense? That's because the angel with the scroll is near you now. This isn't fantasy. This isn't fiction. This is the real-time movement of divine justice. For years, your voice was silenced, your worth overlooked, your presence ignored. But Archangel Michael declares, the silence ends now. Your name is being rewritten, not just remembered, but elevated. You are being restored in full measure. This letter doesn't just hold words. It holds divine fire. It holds what was promised before you were born. Comment, let the letter find me, to call the divine message into your life. Don't underestimate this moment. It's not just spiritual. It's tangible. You will soon touch something that feels impossible, a gift, an opportunity, a door you thought closed forever. And when you do, you'll remember this message. The timing isn't coincidental. The fact that you're still here, still listening, still feeling, that's proof you are ready. And heaven is responding. In the next 3 minutes, something around you will shift. You might not see it, but you will sense it. A strange conversation, a repeated number, a flash of someone's name, a dream that wakes you at 3:33 a.m. Those are divine cues. Respond to them. Don't dismiss them. Pattern interrupt. Heaven rarely shouts, but it always confirms. This letter? It was hidden. Someone almost destroyed it. Someone tried to forget. But last night, they woke up in tears. They couldn't stop thinking about you. And in the stillness, God whispered, send it now. Delay no longer. So they will, and it's coming. Faster than you expect. Are you aligned to receive it? Type, I align now, to open your spiritual channels. And if you're feeling forgotten, like blessings pass others and skip you, let me speak to that pain. You are not skipped. You were preserved. They thought they buried your destiny. But like a seed, you were planted. And now, the season of rising has come. The reign of divine favor is here. Heaven says, you're not just next, you are chosen. Comment, chosen and rising to take ownership of your new season. Your name is no longer at the bottom of the list. It's at the top of heaven's scroll, in golden ink, sealed with divine fire. Michael is standing at your gate. And the inheritance you thought you lost, it's not only coming back, it's coming back multiplied. If this resonates with your spirit, type "It's my time" in the comments. Subscribe now, not just for another video, but to stay aligned with the divine timeline being unveiled in your life. The next message could hold the final key. My child, stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal is the moment everything turns in your favor. The divine letter, yes, the one with your name on it, was almost lost, almost destroyed, almost intercepted. But heaven intervened, and now it's moving again. But listen, this isn't just about one document. It's about everything that has been hidden from you. The favor, the access, the authority, the restoration, all tied to your name. Archangel Michael says, the fire of divine justice has been ignited. It's unstoppable now. You've waited in silence long enough. Your prayers, your tears, your quiet sacrifices, they have risen like incense before the throne of God. And now he has moved. Comment, heaven has moved if you sense the shift happening already. This letter carries more than information. It carries divine instruction. It contains a sacred key, a signature only God could authorize. And when you receive it, things in your life will begin to unravel and realign. People around you will act differently. Conversations will shift. Unseen blockages will suddenly break. You'll think, why is this happening now? And heaven will answer, because now is the appointed time. Type, right on time to align with divine timing. Let me speak to something deeper. You've been feeling overlooked. Like life passed you by. Like others got the blessing, the favor, the platform, and you were left clapping for them in the shadows. But the truth is you weren't skipped. You were preserved. Archangel Michael says, they mocked you, ignored you, dismissed you, but I saw it all. And I wrote your name next to justice. This message is not about revenge. It's about restoration, God, and restoration always begins in silence. That's why you've been quiet lately. That's why you've been drawn to solitude. Because God was preparing the delivery room of your destiny. Right now, even if you can't see it, the atmosphere around you is shifting. There is a divine nudge, a flutter in your spirit. It's your soul recognizing its inheritance. Pattern interrupt. When destiny knocks, your spirit wakes up before your mind understands. You may be asking, who sent this letter? Who has my inheritance? And the answer will shock you. It's someone you never expected. Someone who once turned away. Someone who knew something but stayed silent out of guilt or fear. But heaven is working on them. Last night, they couldn't sleep. They saw your face. They heard your name. And they felt it, the divine urgency to let go of what was never truly theirs. They're reaching out. Their words may seem simple, but don't miss the divine beneath the ordinary. They might say, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but listen closely. In their hesitation is your revelation. Comment, I receive the revelation. If this speaks to your spirit, heaven is organizing a sacred unveiling. The blessing that was blocked, the door that was shut, the name that was forgotten, there. All being brought into light. But child, you must stay alert, because distraction is the enemy's favorite tool right before deliverance. Someone might try to detour you. Others may question your sanity, mock your belief, laugh at your faith. But heaven says, let them talk. My word is final. The scroll is still sealed. The wax is unbroken. But in just days, perhaps even hours, it will be in your hands. You may weep, tremble, feel overwhelmed. That's okay. It means your heart recognizes truth when it arrives. And remember, this inheritance is more than wealth. It is spiritual restoration, emotional closure, and divine acceleration. It may come in the form of an unexpected phone call, legal envelope, a strange message from an old friend, a dream that won't let you go. Whatever form it takes, know this, it was never random. It was written. Type, it is written to activate what was recorded about you in heaven. And don't forget the enemies. Strategy, delay. Delay is doubt's cousin. That's why this moment cannot be dismissed. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. Archangel Michael declares, you are not being tested. You are being trusted. God saw how you handled lack, how you responded to silence, how you gave even when you had little. Now, He's trusting you with abundance. Comment, I am trusted if you receive this honor. The person who thought they erased you from the story, they will now watch you be restored to center stage, not in arrogance, but in a anointing. This is divine reversal. Everything they meant for harm will become part of your healing. You are not forgotten. You are not an accident. You are not too late. You are chosen. And you are right on time. Did this awaken something inside you? Say, it is written in the comments to declare your trust in heaven's plan. Subscribe now to stay aligned with the divine timing that is unfolding in your life. Each message carries severe prophecy. And here's the divine irony. Very person who once turned away from you, the one who doubted your light, rejected your heart, or minimized your worth is now being stirred by heaven to deliver your breakthrough. They don't even understand why. They'll feel a holy pressure, a weight they can't shake, a voice saying, send it now. They will hesitate, but they will not disobey. Because heaven's fingerprints are all over the scroll they've been carrying. Pattern interrupt. Sometimes the person you least expect is holding the part of you that you forgot existed. This isn't about revenge. This is about divine reversal. God says, what was withheld will now be revealed. What was locked will now be released. What was silenced will now speak loudly. In your favor. Type, reveal what was hidden. If you believe it's your time for heaven to make things right. And as the scroll draws nearer, you will feel strange waves of awareness. You may suddenly remember a moment from childhood, a promise, a prayer, a person who once said you were destined for more. These memories are not random. They're breadcrumbs, clues that the divine alignment has already begun. Stay awake. Stay present. The next conversation you have may be the trigger that unlocks everything. Comment, I'm paying attention, if you're tuned into heaven's frequency. Because in the coming hours, someone will say something simple, something like, I had a dream about you. Or this made me think of you. Don't brush it off. That's your cue. That's heaven knocking. Michael says, I am guiding every word, every step, every hand that carries your scroll. Your inheritance will not miss you. Beloved one, slow down and breathe, because what you're about to hear may cause your heart to pause and your soul to awaken. Archangel Michael says, there is something that was hidden, not lost, not destroyed, just concealed because it was not yet time. But now it is time. A spiritual unlocking has begun. What was sealed is now opening. And your name, yes, your name has been whispered once again in the halls of heaven. Do you feel that stirring? That's not anxiety. It's the sound of prophetic reversal. God says, the very thing they used to disqualify you, I will use to promote you. Comment, I am qualified. If your spirit has been waiting for that confirmation, someone once tampered with your record. A guardian, a gatekeeper, someone with access. They altered what was yours, hid it, pushed it aside, but not anymore. Michael declares, I was there. I watched. I intervened. The hidden deals, the silent betrayals, the stolen moments of breakthrough, all of it has been recorded in the scrolls of remembrance. And now, the scroll is being opened. The angel with the key has already arrived. That flutter you felt earlier, that chill down your spine, that quiet moment where everything suddenly made sense, that was confirmation. Type, I receive the scroll if your soul resonates with this truth. Let's be clear, this inheritance is not just financial. It's not just a letter. It's not just emotional closure. It is your spiritual validation, a recognition of your identity, your anointing, your divine assignment. They tried to bury it under shame, mockery, gossip, and false judgment. But heaven doesn't operate under rumors. Heaven operates on truth. Michael says, your divine file has been reopened. The case is being reviewed under divine law, and the verdict is in your favor. Yes, child, it's time. Comment, verdict received? To affirm heaven's judgment in your favor. There's someone around you who knows about this inheritance. They've stayed quiet, maybe out of fear, maybe out of shame, maybe because they didn't believe you'd ever rise. But now, God has placed a weight on their heart. They can't shake it. They are going to speak. It may not be dramatic. It may not even seem spiritual, but their words will carry a hidden confirmation. They'll say something like, I've been meaning to tell you this, or I had a dream about you the other night. And suddenly, you'll feel it, that tug in your gut, that fire in your chest. That is your sign. Pattern interrupt. When heaven speaks, your body hears it before your ears do. Stay attentive. Stay spiritually awake. Because the messenger might not look like an angel, but they're carrying a message from one. Type, I'm listening to declare your spiritual awareness. And don't be surprised if things start shifting quickly. You'll notice people who once ignored you will suddenly reach out. Places that felt closed will open. Your name will come up in conversations you weren't even present for. That's not coincidence. That's divine orchestration. Michael says, the enemy thought he had silenced your story, but heaven kept writing. And now the next chapter begins. A divine package, physical or spiritual, is en route. You may feel unworthy. You may question if this is truly for you. But I tell you, you're not only worthy, you're chosen. You were set apart before time, hidden for a season, and now revealed for a reason. Type, reveal me now, if your spirit is ready to step forward. This inheritance is not for display. It's for destiny. You've been entrusted with it because you've proven faithful with little. Now, you're being released into much. But with great release comes great responsibility. Stay humble. Stay obedient. Stay anchored. God says, the delay was not denial. It was preparation. And now, the preparation is complete. Comment, I'm ready. If you feel the timing is finally aligned. Michael speaks again. Your story has been rewritten by heaven's hand. Where the enemy wrote rejected, I've written restored. Where they wrote forgotten, I wrote favored. This isn't spiritual hype. It's divine reality. The sealed document is almost in your hands. You will recognize it. You will know. You will feel it in your spirit before you see it in your mailbox. And just when you thought you had missed it, when the silence grew heavier than your prayers, heaven says, no, beloved, this is not the end. This is the beginning of divine recognition. 4 years they saw you as ordinary, but God hid the extraordinary within you for the appointed time. And that time is now. Comment, it's my appointed time if your soul confirms it. Michael says, the scroll with your name on it was never lost. It was protected, hidden from enemy eyes, but always within divine reach. That's why things didn't make sense before. Why some doors refused to open, no matter how hard you knocked. You weren't being rejected. You were being reserved. Reserved for greater glory. Reserved for a public unveiling that would silence every lie spoken over your name. And now the light is shifting. There is an atmosphere forming around your name. A divine wind that's lifting your identity back into visibility. They said your voice was too soft. Heaven said your whisper moved mountains. They said you were too late. God said, right on time. They said, you'll never be seen. Heaven thundered, this one will be remembered. Type, heaven remembers me, to align yourself with this sacred remembrance. This inheritance is not just about gaining what was stolen. It's about being restored to your rightful place in heaven's blueprint. And the person who once held your scroll, they are awakening too. They feel drawn to you with no logical reason. They're searching, watching, wondering. The divine fire has ignited in them, and their next move may unlock your next season. Comment, let the fire awaken them. If you believe their obedience is tied to your breakthrough, you may start seeing signs. A name repeated over and over, a dream that refuses to fade, a number, a word, a phrase that feels too specific to be coincidence. These are not hallucinations. They are holy confirmations. Don't miss them. Archangel Michael says, I am surrounding your awareness with divine clarity. You will not miss what is yours this time. Yes, this time you are prepared. This time you are awakened. This time you will receive fully. Your only task now, stay in position. Don't explain yourself to those who don't understand your calling. Don't shrink to make others comfortable. Don't delay. Don't doubt. Just open your heart, because the letter is still on the way. The words that carry your release are still traveling toward you, and your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. Type, I'm ready to receive in full if your heart is open wide. The divine rhythm has begun. The melody of restoration is playing, and heaven is composing your return. Stay awake. Stay alert. You are no longer hidden. You are being revealed. My beloved child, take this final moment seriously, because the next breath you take may be the one that brings the divine letter into your life. Archangel Michael says, what they meant for harm, heaven is now using for your miracle. This is not metaphor. This is not a vague prophecy. This is specific. That moment you thought was delayed, that door you thought closed, that opportunity that vanished before your eyes, it's all coming back, and more. Type, my restoration begins now. If your soul is tired of delay and ready for release, let me tell you this plainly. What's on its way to you is not just a message. It's a spiritual intervention, a divine signature from heaven, a legal confirmation of what you were born to carry, God. And yes, it has your name on it. They tried to rewrite your destiny. They tried to erase your impact. But God, He held the original copy, the scroll with your identity, the sealed note with your assignment, the divine decree that says, this one was chosen. This one is appointed. This one is remembered. Comment, I am remembered if you've ever felt forgotten by both man and miracle. Now listen closely. In the next 48 hours, you may notice something strange. Someone close to you acting oddly. A message that feels loaded. A name you haven't heard in years. A dream that wakes you before sunrise. Do not ignore it. That is not coincidence. That is activation. Michael says, heaven is calling your name. Again, louder this time. And when heaven calls, no one can silence it. Not jealousy, not betrayal, not even time. Your divine scroll has left the archives. It is en route. Type, deliver it to me if your heart is ready. This moment isn't just about you receiving a blessing. It's about you becoming the evidence that God never forgets His promises. They called you the least likely, the underestimated, the one left out of the family favor, the inheritance, the conversation. But heaven saw it all, and heaven wrote, still worthy, still chosen, still mine. Comment, still chosen to declare your unshakable divine identity. This is a divine reversal. Everything the enemy used to humiliate you, God will now use to elevate you. Your name, once buried under doubt and delay, is rising like a banner over your household, rising like a trumpet sound in the spirit, rising like light through the shadows of your past. Pattern interrupt. This is not the end. It's the unsealing. Yes, the unsealing. The scroll is opening. The wax is cracking. And your inheritance, spiritual, emotional, even material, is unfolding. You are being wrapped in a covering of divine protection. Heaven's armies are encircling your future. Your enemies will not touch what has been marked by God. Type, shield me, Michael, if you need divine security. Let me reveal this. The message is not only coming, it's already in motion. You may check your email, your mailbox, your messages, but don't forget to check your spirit, because before it arrives in your hand, it will land in your soul. You will feel the shift, a sudden clarity, an unexpected stillness, a divine confirmation. This is not just fulfillment. It's justice. Justice for the years lost, the relationships broken, the opportunities stolen, the peace delayed. Michael says, I am the protector of your divine file, and it has now been unlocked. Comment, unlock my file to receive what's been held back. You've walked through seasons of silence, but the silence was pregnant with prophecy, pregnant with breakthrough, pregnant with breakneck, legacy. And now it's time to give birth to your promise. The key has been turned. The gate has opened. Heaven's scroll is descending with divine speed. You are about to receive clarity where confusion ruled, courage where fear lived. Connection where you felt forgotten. Inheritance where you once had. Lack. Comment. I claim all of it, if you refuse to settle for half. Archangel Michael says, what was blocked is now blessed. What was delayed is now released. What was covered is now revealed. This is your divine conclusion, but also your new beginning. Don't walk away from this moment. Don't click away from this truth. This isn't just another spiritual message. This is a sacred dispatch with your name on it, and it has arrived. If this divine word reached you in the deepest place, let heaven hear your voice. Comment, I claim my inheritance. Subscribe now to stay under this covering of guidance, protection, and divine insight. Your scroll is coming. Stay expectant. Stay faithful. Stay awake.